pouch. So, which one is better, yours or mine? They are already on their way for you. The Spider. From the Bohemia Rally goat by Triton. And the goat Strongbold. Well, we know that one from Triton. We also have the small one, but these two are more similar, so I would be interested to know if you feel that I am somehow biased, so I invited Milan again. You know him exactly a year ago with the Bohemia Rally. He was here too. Back then, we were working on that. Oscillating machine, right. And I think this might interest you, because you like goats, as far as I know, and you're a technician too, so I'm curious. So you've already had a bit of hands-on experience with the goats beforehand. What do you like more about this one than the other? Because otherwise, in terms of parameters like load capacity, strength, and grip, they should be identical. There is a different weight, right? You checked that, yeah, but not significantly, probably about 2 kilos. This one is heavier than that one over there. 2 or 3 kilos. It also looks more massive, at least from the perspective that there aren't as many holes. So it's less lightweight. It appears more solid, so it will probably twist less. We'll see. When it started to disassemble, I noticed some differences. I quite like the click sound. And what is the play like when there is any? There are no balls there. There are no locking balls here. The locking balls can cause some problems over time. They really need to be pressed down properly, and here it tilts theoretically. It should actually be possible to adjust it, but if you happen to get that half moon tightening, which can work, then it can be done. After those 60 degrees, it can be rotated a bit. Mainly, it's on 6. The game is that it can theoretically be set similarly, but with use, it has actually stretched a little, so I can slightly return it back. Yeah, but look, there is always some play there, right? That design used to be sold under the Triton brand. Why has he started making this one now? If it's perhaps cheaper to produce, he just switched it. It's not being manufactured, right? Yeah, he also had that one made. He switched to this model, which is now sold, among other things, under the Strongbold brand, and he has his own model. What I see is, of course, the leg that is different, yes, and there is a quick release eccentric. Instead of a nut, you find that the eccentric is better than the turning here. I see a fundamental difference in that the construction is very similar. And if there is an eccentric or a fully tightened eccentric, I would say that it should obviously be faster, but it seems to me that if it's placed incorrectly, it's hard to push it with your fingers. Yes, it also has a larger plate here on that third leg. It can have it or it doesn't have to have it, right? It can be flipped up. Yes, exactly. Here is the ball. I can clearly use it, and you don't have to use it. But if you are working in the garden on uneven ground, having that leg could be an advantage. There might be a hole in the ground or soft soil. I just had to throw a piece of plywood under it when I didn't want it to sink. Yeah, so of course, that's an advantage, but you need to have a little board. Yes, this is probably the same. So let's lay it all out. So it has a load capacity of 250 kilograms and a lifting force of 1,000, which follows from the fact that the maximum allowed weight you can step on here is 100 kilograms. This implies a ratio of 1 to 10. So if I step on 20 kilograms, I generate a clamping force of 200 kilograms. If I step on 100 kilograms, that's 1,000 kilograms. If I step on, say, 105 kilograms, it can definitely still handle a greater financial force. But can you maybe destroy it somehow, that system of shifting? It was studied in some lay. I studied it and realized that it is interchangeable. I can borrow from you and you can borrow from me. Thanks. You didn't know that, did you? I didn't know that, but how is it possible when there are 4 teeth on that stone and here there are actually only 2 teeth? I don't know. It goes completely, smoothly. Here, I don't know how reliably it works. It's not moving for me. Oh, now it is. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, so they are not completely interchangeable. The spacing is probably not exactly the same, and the 4 stones don't always fit into those holes, while here there are only 2 holes, so the spacing isn't really a decisive factor. Nothing interesting comes to mind right now. I don't know, I probably haven't tried that, since there isn't that corresponding dimension. They connect in their first one. When I reach that critical value, it won't let me go here anymore. I understand. So there is some value here, right? Specifically, about 43 centimeters. Roughly. It might happen that when you turn it, it's a workpiece, or we'll see about the material. For example here, with the one that you simply can't secure at 49. So here it is, with the original, non-original drive, or with the moving jaw. It's only 3 9/6 centimeters for the hole. Well, please try this. Does that mean this one is shorter? Yeah, it is shorter. This jaw is also just a little bit less than the original product. Ah, I see. Look, there's actually a piece missing at the end here. While if I insert this, it goes all the way to the end. So yes, this one has the disadvantage of a smaller maximum capacity. But on the other hand, there's a smaller gap where you can't clamp the workpiece, while this one has an additional clamping point. But there's about 16 centimeters that you just can't clamp. I think it's a shame they didn't utilize that space and make it longer. And for someone who cuts, that could be a limitation. Materials need to be on that, and it takes a format of 1 meter by 2. So here you can't secure 1 meter by 5 centimeters, but over there you can secure 1 meter and even 2 centimeters, no matter what they promise about 1 meter. There is a hole. That is only 6 centimeters, but it's still there, so they didn't solve the disconnection issue with that shortening, just barely. I just noticed that the attachment of the rubber parts is a bit different here. It's really done with an Allen key, so you can't lose it like it seems to have happened to me. On this side, it really looks like something has come loose from the pins. I have the view somewhere, not that I've completely lost it, but yeah, it seems a bit off to me here. Although it is more lengthy, it is a securing main control mechanism. This seems completely the same to me. Sure. Otherwise the legs have holes for screwing into the floor, and I see they almost have some rubber. Pads for the workshop. If I didn't insist on securing that 1 meter sheet material. So I think that at that moment, the price would have decided. So this is what everyone wants to hear one more time. The price would probably decide, well yes, and they cost about the same. If this one is significantly cheaper, it would definitely be enough for me. Plus or minus, they are equally priced during some promotion. This one might be cheaper for a while than the other one. I actually like this one here. For the Triton, we didn't find it as a standard for the Strongbold. The hole is prepared, but the pin is missing. The pin doesn't fit there. Well, in this case, it's not interchangeable, but that's okay because I can put this whole jaw in there. I can already see someone writing to us, but that peg is somewhere down here, and they didn't notice it. They didn't find the instructions. We just glanced at it. I was looking for where it could be, and we didn't find it. So it's like optional equipment, just like some of those supports are added here. You still have to buy a peg separately, but I can put any screw there. I don't know, maybe a 10 or something. We didn't try that. It's sometimes handy when it's pressed like that, and you can't push it away with your hand. You can't grab it here. So this has its significance, otherwise you don't need it. So yeah, the peg. Convinced you, right? Otherwise, there are also holes for it, or just one on one side. Yeah, on one side here I think there's something. No. There isn't even a place to set down the peg, so it's probably not here. So it really isn't there. Well, yes, that's bad. That's not good. But I actually like that it has these 4 teeth in case 2 of them break. So you still have 2. Here there are only 2. So it pulls with 4 teeth. Just one last thing, but it's more of an argument. Of course, it's a marketing thing, right? It sounds good from that side too, Strongbold, but for those who don't speak English, it doesn't mean anything to them. It's like, Strongbot, well that's good, but like super, you know, such SuperJaws, man. XL, yes, and it's like if they were selling it at Lidl, right? In that week. XXL, that could convince people, and then it's no more fun. So thank you, Milan, for these insights. At least the exchange of those jaws is interesting. If I were to buy it for cutting deadwood with a chainsaw, I really don't care. Whether it clamps a meter or not, we definitely won't clamp it, and that's that. The jaws can be purchased. To match the volume of those types, each has a slightly different design. Here, there are more of those caps given the specifications. Over there, not yet resolved in the last age. So if you form your own opinion, just get it with us. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. Do something. Then, we are going right now, immediately. We will most assuredly win. Just a moment, hold on. I think it might be useful here, so please, let me try this one. It's really lighter, you can tell, can't you? Good, 2 kilos. That flap opens outward, not inward. Yes, it has to be flipped over, which is noticeable because the ball is clearly like this. And the last thing, you can't catch it like this? But I can, and that's really important to me. What? That's not good. No, but you don't have it balanced like this over there. Okay, I want that over there later. Bye.